Now, moving on to vaccine science, Dr. Brian Hooker with Children's Health Defense put out a study, brand new study, in the International Journal of Vaccine Theory, Practice, and Research. It's entitled Menstrual Abnormalities Strongly Associated with Proximity to COVID-19 Vaccinated Individuals. And this study, well, Dr. Hooker describes it as the following. In our new study, he says 71.7% of the sample of unvaccinated women, this is unvaccinated women, who reported being within 6 feet of a person who received the COVID-19 vaccine had irregular menstrual symptoms within 1 week of exposure. And 50.1% experienced symptoms within 3 days of exposure. Yeah, that's a big deal because it talks about the shedding phenomenon associated with these vaccines. So in other words, vaccinated people are shedding onto unvaccinated women who are suffering menstrual problems just by being near those who are vaccinated. The point of the study is that there's something about getting jabbed, probably with mRNA, that turns your body into a biological weapon system, a bioweapon distribution system. And so this answers a key question about the pandemic, which is, how is it that people experience symptoms who did not take the vaccine, especially given that the whole germ theory approach to this is a fraud? So what is it that caused these so-called symptoms? The people experience, for example, a loss of their sense of smell or loss of the sense of taste, and extreme fatigue and tiredness and so on. And the answer is becoming incredibly clear. And here it is. The COVID-19 jabs, at least the mRNA jabs, turn a human being into a bioweapons factory that produces and sheds what are essentially contact poisons that then generate symptoms of being poisoned in other people who were nearby. And many of these symptoms, by the way, resemble venom, being bitten by a snake. So venom peptides, which are used frequently in medicine. And there are venom-related peptides that are used in SARS-CoV-2, the bioweapon, and the COVID vaccines themselves. Dr. Brian Ardis has spoken in great detail about this. So in essence, what we're talking about here, what this study shows, is that the COVID-19 vaccines transform a human being into a walking, shall I say, almost a reptilian biobomb that is shedding toxic, poisonous peptides or protein fragments that resemble venom peptides. Yes, like that's what we're now coming to, that realization. And that's what made people sick. It wasn't a viral germ that infected and replicated. It was people were exposed to poison. But then you might ask, well, what about the person who's generating these poisons? How is it that they were okay? But they weren't okay, you see. Everybody who got the vaccine got sick, didn't they? Right? Do you know anybody who got the vaccine who did not get sick with, quote, COVID? No. I mean, maybe you do, but I don't. Every single person I know who took these jabs not only got sick with, quote, COVID, they got sick multiple times. They got sick with great severity, and the people around them got sick. So now this explanation makes sense. This is proof of the bioweapon, biobomb theory of turning human beings into bioweapons factories, shedders of essentially venom peptide contact poisons that generate COVID-like symptoms in people who are around them, which can include blood clots. Because did you know that blood clots are one of the most common side effects of being injected with venom, being bitten by a snake.